Hi friends, I'm a cardiologist who spent many years caring for people over 50. Today I want to sit with you and talk gently about something that's easy to confuse, but can be life or death. Telling a heart attack from anxiety. Have you ever felt a heavy pressure on your chest? Like a rock sitting there spreading to the left arm with a cold sweat, short breath, and that gut feeling that something isn't right? A patient of mine in Texas once said, "Doctor, I thought it was just worry." But her EKG and blood tests showed a real heart attack. Picture this. You're taking a light walk, and a tight squeezing pain builds for more than 5 minutes. It spreads to the back, neck, or jaw, and you feel nauseated or dizzy. That's the moment to treat it like a cardiac emergency. Anxiety usually flares fast and fades. Brief, sharp pains, tingling around the lips or fingertips from overbreathing, easing when you sit quietly, breathe slowly, or talk to someone. A true heart attack rarely calms down just because you reassure yourself. When you're unsure, act as if it's a heart attack. Stop what you're doing, sit down, and call 911. Don't drive yourself. If you're not allergic and haven't been told to avoid it, chew one adult aspirin while you wait. And why does stress fake these symptoms so well? Stress hormones make the heart race, raise blood pressure, and tighten blood vessels. If you've got plaque, that can be the last straw. Have you ever felt something like this? Please don't ignore chest pain. Recognizing the signs and acting in the first 5 minutes can save your heart and someone you love. If this helped, share the video to protect your community. Dear friends, I'm a cardiologist in the United States and I've spent many years caring for people over 50. Today I want to talk about the small signals that can mean everything. Have you ever felt a heavy, squeezing pressure in your chest? Your breath getting shorter? A light sheen of sweat even though the room isn't warm? One of my patients, Linda, 67, with prediabetes, thought she was just tired. She tried to finish dinner and wait it out. 3 hours later, she was in the ER with a heart attack. Picture this. You're walking slowly and a weight settles in the center of your chest and won't let go. It climbs to the neck or down an arm, or there's no chest pain at all, just deep fatigue, nausea, and a cold sweat. In women, older adults, and people with diabetes, the signs can be subtle: unusual shortness of breath, lightheadedness, pain in the back or jaw. When your body whispers something isn't right, listen. If you're unsure, don't wait. Stop, sit down, and call 911. Don't drive yourself. While you wait, breathe slowly to stay calm. If you're not allergic and your doctor hasn't told you to avoid it, you may chew one adult aspirin according to your prior medical guidance. Have you ever lost those precious first minutes because you thought, "Let me just see"? With the heart, time is muscle. If this message resonates, share it with your family and friends. Recognize early, act promptly. That's how we protect our hearts and the people we love. And don't forget to subscribe so I can keep supporting you each week with practical, trustworthy health advice. Today I want to sit across from you and talk about the whispers of the heart, 10 early signs we often overlook. Have you ever felt a heavy stone pressing on your chest? Your breathing getting short even while you're sitting still? One of my patients, Robert, 72, thought it was just indigestion after dinner. But when that tight pressure climbed to his neck and left shoulder with a cold sweat and dizziness, his family called 911, and it saved him. Picture this. You're folding laundry when your heartbeat slips out of rhythm. Your legs go weak. The room tilts a little. Maybe you feel nauseated, like you might throw up, and your skin turns cool and clammy. In women and people with diabetes, the signals can be very quiet. Deep, unexplained fatigue, back or jaw pain, brief shortness of breath that comes and goes. Many people call it stress and wait for it to pass. But the heart doesn't always settle with reassurance. If your body says something isn't right, listen. A squeezing pain in the center of the chest that may spread to the arm, back, neck, or jaw. Breathlessness. Cold sweat. Lightheadedness. A pounding or irregular heartbeat. A sudden wave of fear with no clear reason. Don't guess. Stop what you're doing, sit down, and call 911 right away. With the heart, every minute is muscle. We save lives by noticing early and acting quickly. If this helped, share the video with someone you love and hit subscribe. So week by week I can keep walking with you, protecting your heart with practical, trustworthy advice. Today I want to tell you what happens inside the body when a heart attack strikes. It rarely comes out of nowhere. Over years, plaque builds up in the coronary arteries. Then one day that plaque cracks, platelets stick to it, a clot forms, and blood flow to the heart is blocked. When heart muscle is hungry for oxygen, it sends alarms, a heavy pressure in the center of the chest, shortness of breath, a cold sweat, sometimes nausea or lightheadedness. One of my patients, Mr. Min, 69, thought it was just indigestion after dinner. Thankfully, his daughter called 911 in time. Picture this: a river that feeds a city suddenly dammed. The sooner you clear it, the less damage is done. That's why we call it the golden hour. If you're unsure, don't wait for it to settle down. Stop, sit, and call 911. Don't drive yourself. While you wait, breathe slowly to stay calm. If you're not allergic and your doctor has said it's appropriate for you, you may chew one adult aspirin. After the emergency, what keeps you safe are the small, steady habits: a daily walk, good sleep, regular follow-ups, taking your medicines on time, and that smart plate on the table. Have you ever ignored that whisper of something isn't right? Please don't. Every minute matters to the heart. If this video helps, subscribe for more on heart health, sleep, and healthy eating after 50. And as a small gift, there's a free health ebook in the description. Watch now, act early, and protect your heart and the people you love. I want to tell you this slowly. Your heart doesn't demand big, dramatic changes. It just needs you to start with small, steady steps. Have you ever felt more winded after a short hill, or found it hard to sleep because your heart seemed to race at night? One of my patients, Mary, 66, began with a bigger salad at dinner, a daily loop around the neighborhood, and a simple blood pressure log. 3 months later, her cholesterol numbers eased down, she slept deeper, and most importantly, her confidence came back. Picture this: every meal is a chance to clean your arteries. More vegetables and whole grains, less deep-fried food. Every 30 minutes of movement is like a soft brush sweeping away buildup. Every blood pressure or glucose check is a map keeping you on course. The science is straightforward. Healthier eating calms low-grade inflammation. Movement makes blood vessels more flexible, and tracking your numbers helps prevent surprises. Are you ready to start today? Just one greener plate, one short walk, one check-in with your doctor. Watch the full video on my channel for step-by-step guidance. And don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content. And there's a special gift for you: a free health ebook in the description, like a small roadmap to help keep your heart calm and steady every day. Hello, friends. Let's talk about a mini heart attack. It sounds small, but the consequences aren't. Have you ever felt a brief, squeezing tightness in your chest? You're breathing a little shorter than usual, your body suddenly weak even though you weren't doing anything strenuous? One of my patients, Mr. H, 68, told me, "I'm probably just sleep deprived." He sipped some tea and kept puttering around. When a cold sweat crept down his back, his daughter finally called 911. The angiogram showed a partially blocked coronary artery. That was a mini heart attack, and that timely decision saved his heart muscle. Picture this: your heart is a garden. Blood flow is the water. If the hose is pinched for a moment, the plants don't die instantly, but the leaves start to wilt. Your body whispers in small signals: brief chest tightness, mild shortness of breath, unexplained fatigue, a clammy sweat. When those whispers show up, treat them seriously. If you're not sure, don't wait to see if it goes away. See your doctor early and get checked. And if symptoms ramp up, worsening chest pain that spreads to the back, neck, or jaw, dizziness, nausea, or real trouble breathing, treat it as an emergency and call 911. Don't drive yourself. Have you ever felt something like that? Please don't ignore it. Noticing early and acting promptly is how we protect our hearts and the people we love. Subscribe for more heart health videos and grab the free ebook Early Heart Attack Care in the description. Let me tell you about the roots of a heart attack in plain language. Over the years, I've seen the same story. Plaque quietly builds inside the coronary arteries like scale in a water pipe. One day that plaque cracks, platelets gather, a clot forms, and it blocks blood flow to the heart. When the heart muscle goes hungry for oxygen, it cries out. A heavy pressure in the center of the chest, breath that feels shorter, a cold sweat, sometimes nausea. One of my patients, Elaine, 64, thought it was just indigestion after dinner. Only when the pain crept into her jaw and left wrist did she call 911, and that choice saved her heart. Have you ever felt chest tightness lasting more than 5 minutes, pain spreading to the back or jaw, breath that won't come deep, or a wave of lightheadedness? That's the time to treat it as a cardiac emergency. Don't wait for it to go away. The science is simple. More vegetables, whole grains, and fish help calm chronic inflammation. Daily walking keeps vessels more flexible. Controlling blood pressure, sugar, and cholesterol keeps plaque from growing. Picture your heart as a garden. Water has to flow for the plants to thrive. Every small habit, a bigger salad, a 15-minute walk after dinner, taking your meds on time, widens that gentle stream. If your body whispers, something isn't right, listen. Catch it early, act quickly. That's the difference between small injury and great loss. Watch to the end, grab the free ebook in the description, and subscribe so we can keep your heart strong and peaceful week after week. Eating plays a huge role in recovery after a heart attack. And before we talk about food, one important reminder: if new chest pain shows up, especially with shortness of breath or a cold sweat, treat it as an emergency and call 911 right away. The golden hour saves heart muscle. Recovery comes after that. Now picture your daily plate as a gentle prescription. Half vegetables in many colors, 1/4 lean protein like salmon, tuna, tofu, or beans, and the last quarter whole grains, oats, brown rice, whole grain bread. Swap frying for a spoon of olive oil, go easy on the salt, and try to eat fish 2 to 3 times a week. One of my patients, Tom, 70, simply shifted his dinners to this smart plate, and 4 weeks later his cholesterol numbers softened, like the digits finally smiled. Why does this work? Honest foods, plants, nuts, fish, quiet chronic inflammation and help vessels stay flexible. Processed meats, deep-fried foods, sugary drinks, trans fats, and salty snacks do the opposite. They tighten your arteries. After a heart attack, your heart also needs a calmer rhythm to life. Walk daily until you reach about 150 minutes a week. Take your medications on schedule, sleep 7-8 hours, quit smoking, and keep your follow-ups. Are you ready to start tonight with a greener plate and a short stroll after dinner? If this was helpful, save and share the video. Every thoughtful meal is one small step toward protecting your heart. Hi friends, I'm a cardiologist in the US, and before we wrap up, let me ask you honestly, in the past week, did your heart race, your chest feel tight, or your breathing turn shallow? For many people over 50, that's not just stress. One of my patients, Ruth, 65, thought her worry from babysitting was to blame. But under stress, adrenaline and cortisol make the heart pound, raise blood pressure, and squeeze the arteries. If plaque is already there, one tiny crack can trigger a clot. A heart attack isn't always loud. It can start as a heavy pressure in the center of the chest lasting more than 5 minutes, spreading to the arm, back, neck, or jaw, with shortness of breath, a cold sweat, nausea, or lightheadedness. In women and people with diabetes, signs can be quieter: deep fatigue, brief back or jaw pain. Picture your heart like a house with faulty wiring, waiting to see if it stops, can let a hidden fire spread. When in doubt, treat it as an emergency. Stop and sit, loosen tight clothing, breathe slowly, and call 911. Don't drive yourself. If you're not allergic and your doctor has said it's okay for you, chew 1 adult aspirin while you wait. If someone collapses and isn't breathing normally, start firm, fast chest compressions until help arrives. That first hour is the golden hour. The earlier we act, the more heart muscle we save. Day to day, cool the flame with small habits. Brisk walking to total about 150 minutes a week, steady sleep, limiting caffeine after lunch, quitting smoking, and a smart plate. Half vegetables, a quarter lean protein, a quarter whole grains. Work with your doctor to keep blood pressure, sugar, and cholesterol on target. Stress is part of life. A heart attack doesn't have to be. If this helped, please subscribe and turn on the bell. And grab your free health ebook in the description. Download now to protect your heart and your loved ones.